Well, apparently this is what newlywed life looks like. At least for me.
Have you ever heard of post-wedding blues? Apparently, it's really common for newlyweds to feel a sense of melancholy after their wedding date. So much time and meticulous preparation goes into planning a wedding, and then for a lot of couples, that wedding's over in just one night. In our case, 2 days after our wedding, Callum went back to London with his family, and I stayed in New Mexico. So we've been spending the majority of our marriage apart and alone. Well, not entirely alone because my brother has graciously been letting me stay with him, and my mom's just a 3 hour car ride away, and I've been getting to hang out with my friends. So don't feel sorry for me, even though I sometimes feel sorry for myself. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not entirely alone, but sometimes I feel really lonely.
Pardon my mess. I'm packing to go to the Philippines, which coincidentally is the next time that I'll be seeing my husband. So in case my life is as confusing to you as it is to me, I'm just gonna lay out my plans. So Callum and I got married in April, and then the next time we're going to be seeing each other is in mid-June, and we're gonna meet up in the Philippines. He's gonna fly from London, I'm flying from New Mexico, and he's gonna meet the majority of my family for the first time, and we'll also be celebrating my mom's birthday. After our time in the Philippines, he'll be going back to London, I'll be going back to New Mexico, and from there I'll apply for the marriage visa, aka the family visa, so that I can move to England. And I'll be waiting in New Mexico until that visa is approved. I hope that makes sense. Isn't it romantic that I'm spending the first weeks as a newlywed alone in a bed in my brother's guest room while my husband is thousands of miles away from me? I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I love doing this. I have so much time on my hands. Yesterday I went thrifting, as if I need more clothes. Like literally you saw me get rid of so many clothes in my video about moving out, and yet here I am buying more. But because it's thrifting, I feel like it's completely fine. So, with that being said, would you like to see my outfits? I cannot even believe these pants. And they're like linen, so they're super lightweight, and they're also a little bit big. But nothing that a little sewing can't adjust, I hope. It's a very interesting time in my life right now. I feel like I'm living between worlds. It's almost like a waiting game for my new life to begin, while also kind of closing this chapter and trying to do it with as much grace and like intention as possible. Because I don't want to leave New Mexico in a haste. Like, I love this place so much, and I'm slowly at the same time recognizing that my time here is coming to a close. To be honest, I've been kind of bored lately. Like, my schedule is very open and I've been very flexible, and I've been trying to find ways to fill my time. So I've been vending at local markets. I've been continuing to work at a wellness center here in Albuquerque, and I've also been doing a lot of house sitting and pet sitting. You know what? Time in New Mexico moves so slowly. Like, the pace in New Mexico is like a different world. So my time here has definitely been trickling by. But that being said, I'm still trying to appreciate the time that I have left here and just accept my life and appreciate my life for what it is right now. This period is very unique and it's not gonna last forever. I know that for sure. So, as I'm saying this, I'm also just trying to remind myself to enjoy it.
The state slogan for New Mexico is the land of enchantment, but over here we sometimes jokingly like to rephrase it to the land of entrapment. A lot of New Mexicans have a love-hate relationship with this place. Don't get me wrong, I am New Mexican true at heart, and at the same time, I sometimes feel stuck here. Someone once explained to me that they were conversing with a medicine worker here in New Mexico, and they explained the energy of the geology of Albuquerque in such an interesting way. Albuquerque, which is the city that I live in, is found within a basin. And a basin is basically like a depression or dip in the Earth's surface where it's shaped like a bowl. The sides are a lot higher than the bottom. Energetically, because we're living in this dip, it's a little bit harder to climb up out of the sloped sides and get out. Imagine trying to climb out of a bowl. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. As they say, familiarity breeds contempt, and it's easy to take what we have for granted. And I'm trying to be extra mindful of not doing that, especially because I know that I'm leaving. It's so funny because I remember the deep feeling of gratitude that I experienced when I came home from England almost 6 years ago after studying abroad, and feeling so happy to be back home in New Mexico. And I remember even thinking to myself that I never wanted to leave this place. I've been doing a lot of hot girl walks lately and just taking the time to remind myself what makes this place so magical. To name a few, I love that there's cactus everywhere. It just makes me smile. I also love that there's 310 days of sunshine in the year. Mama knows she needs it. I love our unique architecture. Adobe homes, they slay. And I love driving around my big car and our nice big wide roads and our big open spaces. I know I'm gonna miss this place.
You know, despite the fact that I do crave companionship, I find a lot of pride in myself for the fact that I am a very independent lady. I do a lot of things outside of my comfort zone on my own. So, for example, today I'm vending at a local artisans market here in Albuquerque for the first time, and I'm doing it on my own. I make wire-wrapped crystal jewelry, and I sell it at different events. Here's an example of some of my work. This is fluorite. I love sharing my work in new spaces, but I do find myself feeling a little bit anxious before events. There's typically large crowds, and it's a lot of high energy, and I have to be really on it because I'm interacting with my amazing customers and I'm trying to sell my products. Sometimes I work events with my friends, and that's amazing because we have each other to rely on, and it doesn't feel so lonely. But in the events where I do it on my own, despite the fact that it's super nerve-wracking, at the end of the day, when all of it's complete, I end up feeling so proud of myself. From sourcing all my materials to hand making all of my products to setting up shop in different locations and interacting with my amazing customers and checking them out, and then taking everything down, and even like knowing how to plan my pee breaks or not even have pee breaks just so that my stall is always attended. Like, yeah, I did that. I'm getting ready to vend today at the event, and I'm gonna try my best to vlog out today so that you can join me for the ride.
Here's my final setup. I forgot to mention that I also make polymer clay earrings. And then I have my vibrational sprays, crystal chokers, crystal earrings, and then I have a big assortment of hand-wrapped rings that I also make and organize by chakra. I'm really bad about updating my website with my new creations, but I often post on my jewelry Instagram, which I will link in the description. Cute. Thank you so much. Which one did you get? Oh, nice. Matching jade. Yeah. Okay, have fun. Thank you so much. Wow. I need to show you these freaking chickens that I bought from my neighbor. Look at these coasters. Are you kidding me? I also got this hat. So yeah. Every market that I've ever done has a different atmosphere, and all the elements that go into a market can be quite unpredictable. A lot of the times the weather can really throw a wrench in things. For example, just a couple markets ago, my friend and I did an outdoor market and it started snowing. Oh my gosh, and we had to leave early. It was a disaster. That night, I cried and questioned all of my life choices. We've had some events where we need a tent, and in New Mexico, it's super windy and the tent's broken and blown away. So, you know, you never know what to expect. So when you have days like this where it's goes really smoothly, you feel extra grateful. I have to pee so badly. I've held it in this entire market. I don't know if you can tell, but my belly's swollen. So there you have it. My life is kind of weird right now, and like everyone else, I'm experiencing the ebbs and flows of life, its ups and downs, and somewhere along that spectrum, loneliness has been showing up a little more than usual. Although it can be a difficult feeling to allow ourselves to experience in our spaces, I find that loneliness has such an incredible way to shine a light on ourselves and point to us where we are asking for more love, care, and attention. When we take the time to ask what our needs are and what's being required of us in every moment, we open a whole new door of possibilities for loving and understanding ourselves. Thank you for being here. Bye!